Hey guys, this is Chris Fayte with Cheat the Game coming back at you today. We're going to be taking a look at Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and time allotting. I'd like to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and get infinite health. We got time, I'll go ahead and show you how to do easy kills on there as well. You do have some enemies on there that are really a pain in the ass. But let me go ahead and bring everything up and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay guys, I brought the game up and I've started a new game instead of the one I was previously on because I wanted just to do it fresh. So I'm going to go ahead and attach Cheat Engine to the game, and I'm not going to load my associated table. We're just doing this like I'm starting from scratch. I am going to bypass some things, you know, instead of doing unknown searches. It took me a while to find health because I always start with a float value with health. However, in this game it is actually a 4-byte. So, and also something else I need to show is don't go by this number here, vitality. This is actually your health right here, and it is not 10. So that will kind of mislead you as well. When some games talk about vitality, it's usually your health that it's talking about. This is basically, I do believe that it does affect your defense actually, and how your health bar goes down and how it operates, but it has nothing to do with your health value. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do an unknown search. For right now, yeah, you'll see here that I've already got 21 XP. And remember what I said earlier, that the XP recycles back to 0 once you get up to this number right here. However, we're going to go into this later, but you're going to see XP continuously go up as we do this. So I don't want anybody to get confused when we hit it in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to do a unknown scan, because we don't know what the health value is going to be. I'm just trying to bypass some failed search methods and just get on to the meat of it here. I believe it's like 320 when you first start off, if I'm not mistaken, but I honestly just don't remember. So let's just do an unknown. Alright. Now, when you get this down a little bit, the game's going to lag a little bit because it's keeping up with almost 2 billion addresses. And when you get this down a little bit, it's possible that you can just go look both of these up at once. But I don't recommend it in 64-bit games, or you're really bogged down in your system, especially doing unknown searches. So we're going to come over here and we're going to take some damage. Just let him hit us. Alright, so we did go down. We don't want to go down too much. We don't want to die. So, decrease value. And I'm using hotkeys, by the way. I'm going to try to do one-hit kills while we're doing this also. So, we can possibly just take care of one thing at a time. Let's go to the inventory and let's use a healing compound. Chris. Let's go ahead and heal back up. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to kill this guy. Alright, hang on. Alright, sorry, I didn't realize the fight was going to be that intense. I was trying to do it slow so I could talk and do it at the same time. He's going to sit there and just whack me to death. I got to go ahead and get him out of the way. Now, we see that the value is down further. However, I don't know where my health was previously. So what I need to do is just heal up as much as possible and go from there. And I've got 3 pellets, so these healing items do come in pretty good. So just let's go ahead and heal back up. Like I said, I'm not sure where it was, so I want to get up as much as I can. Let's see another one. I should probably just get all the way up to full health, because I don't want to miss it. I'm sure we were lower than that, so I'm going to hit changed. It's still counting up. Let it stop. Then I'm going to hit increase value. I didn't hit change, I hit increase value. And we know that our health isn't going up anymore. We see a lot of change in value, so we're just going to do unchanged now. And we get down to about let's see. We want to get down as much as possible, as much as it'll let us get down, because I think we only got like one healing left, so we need to be careful. And we'd like to find it here if possible, or at least along the lines of it. About 713. Oh, down to 400. Let's go back into menu screen, hit unchanged, walk around a little bit, unchanged. Now we're down about 140, 133. So maybe we don't have to use that last one after all. So that's little tricks you can do like that to get things down. And we got an enemy scouting us out, so we got to be careful. So we know our health has not changed, so we want to see if we can get down to 75. So now we should be able to find it fairly easy. You can pay attention to things like this. However, I know it's not a static value, but that does lead us to, we can see here that here's our health. I know this is, I think that static value is actually more just a display value. Yeah, because it went back, so that's no good. I believe this one here is our actual value. So what I want to do is take a look at my health. We need to go test it. I'm going to put it up to about 300. I don't see any movement, but we're going to turn it on and see if we take damage. So let's go find another enemy. There's one. Alright, so now we're just going to let him hit us and take a look at our health. Okay, so we're taking all kinds of beating here and we are not dying. So that's good. So we know that we have found our health. So now we're set up to go ahead and make a health script. So this is our internal health. And let's, first off, I like to browse memory region just to see if maybe a cap is beside it. Because if we can find a cap right off the bat, that's a great thing. Remember, this is a 4-byte. I want to take a look right beside it. I'm not sure exactly which one is the cap, but I believe the one right next to it is the cap for this game. But we can test that out in a little bit. But we're going to use our cap to always write to our health, so that's good. That looks like it is going to be it. So let's go ahead and find out what accesses our address, just so we can get some spots in memory. And we already got some spots coming up right off the bat, as you see here. Well, let's take some more damage. Now the game's going to go real slow with the debugger on it. Okay, there we go, good. And the reason that we want to take more damage, I'm going to pause it right quick. With Cheat Engine, I had to use my hotkey to pause it. The reason that we want to take more damage is I would like to be able to insta-heal, which we use an area in memory that's constantly being accessed, like one of these up here, and that's what I'm going to use for my infinite health. However, for my easy kills, I'm just going to use an area that's writing to it that isn't being accessed constantly. That's being accessed more constantly, so I'd rather use something here. It's only taking away health here when we're actually being hit. So that means that they'll probably only be taken away when they're actually being hit. That's the best place to put like a one-hit kill script. So this is going to be like a double script. So let's go ahead and show that in the disassembler. And if you see here, we only have one opcode that it's going through constantly. So we can put it here, which I'm going to do because we have enough bytes to. If we need 5 bytes to jump to allocated memory. We do not want to carry a return. Now, will it still work if you have to carry a return to allocated memory? Yeah, it probably still will work, but it's always bad practice to do that. You never want to do that if you absolutely can get around it. So normally what I would do in a situation like this, if the opcode was not 5 bytes, is I'll put a breaking trace on it to get the call structure, and I'd go to the call before and do my manipulation there, which you have to do with items, but I'll do that some other time. But we see we got plenty of bytes here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bytes and 1 left over, so that'll be 1 extra knock that we'll need. We got plenty to jump to allocated memory here, so we're good. The return will stay here. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, first off, I'm sorry. We need to see if it being a shared opcode, we got to find a comparison. And this happens a lot too, that, you know, when you take the debugger off and things like that, that the game crashes. So that's just part of the business. No big deal, because we've already got our spot in memory, and they are static locations, so we will be fine. So we just go right back to it. That's why we keep our debugger things up, just for, you know, when it crashes or something. Plus, you can also, when you add it to the address list, it will save it here in advanced options for you as well. So when we come back to it, boom, it's right back as soon as we attach to the game. Now we don't know which one is us anymore, so we don't have infinite health anymore. So we got to be a little careful. So we're going to go ahead and attach that debugger to the game. And this is for our health. Now this is the one that's constantly being accessed. We're just going to continue. Hope we don't start out in the middle of battle. And we see tons pop up. So that's bad, because we don't know which one is us. Which I think that's us right here, because we were at 300. And that's the one still constantly being accessed right now. As you see, these others were just loading up. They're not constantly being accessed or being run through that opcode. So this is us right here. So, you know, paying attention to these type things, the count and everything like that, is crucial. But I'm going to redo that, put that back on it, and that should give us a better idea. Usually the enemies that's already on the map are the ones that are constantly being used. Things like this, they could be items that are destructible, things like that, but usually your combat enemies that are moving around will always be accessible. Things like that, you know, it's not really important to know that, but and there we go, getting our butt kicked. So let's pause it so we can get our health. I didn't see which one it was, so that's it right there. So let's bring that back up to about, I think it's 320 our cap was. So let's unpause it and hope we don't crash again. There, we got to mess around with this, because I don't know which one is us, because it didn't go back up any, so that can't be us. Let me pause what I got, and I'm going to get our correct value, because, you know, this is just part of game hacking. This happens, alright? So I'll be right. Alrighty, thanks for holding, guys. Sorry about that. This is actually our correct health value, because when I tested it, it filled our health back up, so now we're back at infinite health. What I want to do is go ahead and stop this, and we know that these are our enemies and some items, possibly damageable items. So I want to go ahead and make sure you know which one your health is, and we're going to find the commonalities again. I really like this a lot better than Dissect. And let's mark us as group 1. It'll change color, and we're not going to pick all of these. If I was just to scan for commonalities now, it would put every other address in group 2. We don't want that. That'll just bog down the system. And I just want to pick a few random ones. So I'm just going to mark a few random ones as group 2. This looks like it could be a boss character. That's a good one to put in the group 2. I don't know what these are, but we're going to put it in the group 2. And just another miscellaneous value in the group 2. That's good enough. First off, we want to see what is our base register, which is RCX. That's holding our base register. So that's usually the first one we want to look into. And that's what I'm going to look into. I'm going to save us a little bit of time, because I've already done a lot of testing with this. And normally it's best to only hit find matching groups. I don't do that, because it's not necessary to find only matching groups. I'm just going to put this as a health tut. That way I can keep it separate from my regular ones. And here we go. Now you see a bunch of pointers, and remember, this offset 0 is actually from your base RCX register. Whatever base address is in there. So we're paying attention to offset 0 right now. So we want to get down to where it goes after 8. Now we're at 248. Let me just come down a little bit, and hopefully we'll get to just the base register, because I don't like dealing with pointers. But I found a good one, and I'd like to continue using that one. Alright, looks like we got no choice, so let's go back. Let's disregard that one. Only when I record does it do this jump. So we're going to find only matching groups. New scan. Yeah, I'm sure I want to do a new scan. And let's hit the scan, and we're going to rename this TUT2. And there we go. And this is better because this is stemmed from the base register. Now what you'd want to do is just, you know, try a few of these out and just go test those. However, you know, I already done the testing and I picked 50, and it has worked throughout most of the entire game. It has not let me down yet. So anywhere, since we have used the base register, anywhere in memory that we want to put this cheat, the base register, that 50 offset will be part of that base. So it will be good in all these parts of memory right here. And that's going to help us to make our one-hit kill script as well. So let's go back to it over here, because we're going to use this, and we're going to use ourselves. We are 0 here. All our enemies are, looks like a -1 over here. And we're just going to use our 0 to compare us out from our enemies. So let's do that. Bring up memory view. And remember, we located our cap at 134. So we're going to use our cap to always write to us. Let's do an AOB injection. We're just going to call that player health. And we can do an injection copy. That always finds it, so we can use it later to find other things if we need to. We're going to allocate, this is a 64-bit game, so we want to allocate at least 8 bytes over here. We need to register add it as a symbol by the same name. Make sure that we unregister it down here, and we need to deallocate down here as well. Now we're all set up. Now we just need to put it above new mem or down here below return, and it don't matter. Just do not put it in between new mem and this address. It needs to go either below this return or above new mem, since we allocated new space for it. So we're going to call it health, which we already named, and we just want to put DQ0. Define a quad word 0 for 8 bytes. Alright, that's 2 address values there. So let's go ahead and compare. Remember RCX, and I'm using that plus 50 that we found, and 0, which is us, and our enemies were that -1. And jump if not equal to code. So all our enemies now will jump here to code, and what we're going to do is move into that health, the base address, and RCX right here. Now here's where you put it to the current cheat table, and then you go test it. Make sure you know what your offset is, which is 130. And if it's only bringing up your address, then you know that it's just dealing with you right now. Health plus 130. And look, found it right off the bat. Player health address. So it looks like we got a good compare. So we can go ahead and continue on. Let's turn it back off. And right underneath our compare, right underneath here, we're just going to put, remember 134 is our cap. It looks like our cap, so we're just going to have our cap always writing to our health. So we're going to move, and I'm just going to use this registry since it's loading that into EAX anyway, and EAX is carrying that on through the function. We can just use EAX for us, no problem. That way we don't have to give the register back or anything. It's just going to carry our value anyway, because that's what it's loading into there, is our value. That makes sense to you? Why we don't need to use a pushing pop here? Oops, 134. And then move into our address EAX. And then it'll just jump down here and put it back into EAX. It don't matter, you can do that. Or you can just have it jump return, still the same thing. EAX is still going to be holding our cap. So you can put jump return, or you can leave it go on the code. It don't matter. But this is the more proper way to do it. And that should give us infinite health. Cap writing to EAX. EAX writing to our health. Jump return, pick up where it left off. Enemies are jumping down here where it ain't doing anything but what it normally does. Activate for infinite health. And then we go test it, make sure no other address is ticked on. There we go. So let's go get another fight down here. Just let them well on me a bit and take a look. No health coming off. Alright, so now since we got that, let's jump on over to our one-hit kills. We want to jump to this address that's only being accessed when somebody takes damage. And we know that the same exact, since we used the RCX, which the base register is in, let me show you. The base register, which ended, this time we ran it, was ending in AF30 right here. We know that down here it'll be the same base register, AF30. So that means that 50 is still good, because that's the register we used, was our base address register for our health. Okay, we went down to 130 or something, you'd see our health, but we only showed matching groups, which none of the health matched. But this will always be 0 for us, and enemies will always be this. So we're going to use that same one, so we can just jump right into an infinite, we can just jump right into instant death, which you could also put your infinite health script here. It doesn't matter. I just do it up there so it heals us instantly. So let's put let's name this one hit. Alright, just right quick. Remember, we're dealing with a different register this time. However, it's still holding that in this section of memory. It's holding our base address for our health. Okay, so we have to do our BX instead of RCX this time. Plus 50. But all the offsets and everything are the exact same, and the values at those offsets. Okay, so jump if not equal to code. And then I'm just going to put jump return. I'm not even going to have me jump the code. Okay. Well, actually, I need to do this. I need to make my guy. I'm doing this backwards here. Since I'm only using this for a one-hit kill, I've already got an infinite health. I can just have my guy always jumping here, and it's just writing my health cap anyway. What I need to do is I need to do a couple of things. Now, if I have 0 right to enemy's health all the time, then when it loads up, the screen, they could all start dead. So we don't want that. So we need to do this a little bit differently. So right off the bat, I want to have it compare all the enemy's address to 1, making sure they're still alive. I want to compare it. Remember, this is a 4-byte decimal, so we can just use 01, or you can use 1. Don't matter. Our guy right here is jumping to code already. This just separates us and the enemies. Now the enemies are come down here. It's comparing their health value to 1. If it is less than or equal to 1, we want it to go ahead and just jump to code. We don't need it to do anything. So jump if less than or equal to 1 to code. And if it's higher than, if it is greater than 1, we need it to move 1 into their health address. So that way, we only have to hit them 1 time, and they're dead. You feel me? You understand what that is now? So basically, that's it. So once that hits 1, it sees 1, or it's less than 1, it's either 1 or 0. You can even do 2. We can even do 2. You know, just something very low where you know that you'll kill them with 1 hit. It'll just jump down here. So jump if less than or equal. If it's higher than 2 right here, then move 2 into their health. That way the next time it comes back through, it'll see it's 2, it'll just jump over here. Okay, so this in essence will give us easy kills, is what I call it. Not necessarily a 1 hit, but an easy kill. So we'll just put easy kills. Now there is an area where you have to deal with your, or some areas that you have to deal with your allies, and I would recommend turning that back off, reload up your game, and they'll be alive again. I've had that happen, so especially at the top of the castle where you have to talk to that little kid, so be careful with that. But for right now, you can go in there and compare them out later, and you should be fine. I think I need to come this way. Sorry about that. I was looking at something else. Let's go. Oh, come on. I may need to put this down to 1 because they're really low health right now anyway. I mean, you can really, right at the beginning of the game, you can kill them like right off the bat. So it's not really a good place to do this. Where you'll notice where this really comes in effect is when you're taking on a boss character. But you see, we're not taking any damage whatsoever. I was hoping we'd get a boss character. I think this is one here. Yeah, here's a boss character. Maybe this will work here. Okay, he's not low in health. So that means that we do need to go check it out. Something's wrong with it. So let's go take a look. So RBX plus 50. We know ours is... We're having it check their health. We need to jump if less than or equal to code, and then it needs to write one into there. Ooh. EAX is then overriding what we're doing. So what we should have done is this. Have EAX have the one. Check their health to see if it has one in it. If not, then put one in EAX, because EAX was overriding what we were doing. So that's why we didn't have the one hit kill. That was my bad. So let's try to get, now it should work. Take a look. Just that easy. Alright, we gotta do it one more time. Look, he's already down. Just that quick, easy kills. So that was my bad. So, you know, you got to go back and check over yourself like that, and sometimes that happens. But as you see here, I hope that everybody understood that. I'm going to look and see if we got enough time to do instant level ups. If not, I'll make a separate vid, and we'll do that tomorrow. I don't like these vids being too long, but I will do one, I promise you. Which I think we don't have time. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and that's like the nature of the beast. I mean, time really goes by because you got to do these things, you got to troubleshoot them, and I was bypassing some steps as well, just by, you know, just so I could get it in there. You know, you got to try these things out, take your game down, bring them back up, and these things just happen. I promise you, we're going to do quick level ups, and I'm going to do the vid right now. However, I will upload it tomorrow, and I'll have it uploaded for you tomorrow so you can continue on. We'll do, if we got time, we'll also do items as well. So I'll just put instant level ups, and we'll do items also, so you know, that way we can combine two. So we'll just make this kind of like a little mini series on Sekiro if you guys want to. Alright, but for right now we just concentrated on infinite health, one hit kills, things like that. So, and hopefully that you understood that, and how every game's different, and how you got to adjust per the game, but yet the same techniques still continue to work. So learning these techniques gives you so many options you can try. I want to thank my partners right quick. These guys keep the game running, and if it wasn't for these guys, we would have to fold up a long time ago. So I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. If any of you guys could help, it's only $1 a month to be a partner. You get all perks, all lessons that are not given to the normal public, giveaways, things like that, all are partner based. So come over here and join us. We would love to have you. I want to thank my pal Sean Longmore. He has also done a great cheat table for Sekiro. tomorrow, and it's because of his hard work that I was able to come out with this vid, and I came out with his permission. He kind of helped me out with this just to help me bypass some steps, so I want to give him also credit for this vid tut as well. So thank you, Sean. I really appreciate all the work you do for CTG. You're really an asset. Alright guys, I'm out of here, and I'll go ahead and get started on the next vid, and I will upload it for you tomorrow, okay? And you guys take care, you keep on hacking, but most importantly, please enjoy yourself. That's really what it's all about. You cheat the game, fellas, because believe me, it doesn't mind cheating you. You all take care now.